Hallo, ich bin's, der Videospieler, und wir spielen weiter AGON, the Lost Sword of Toledo. Wir haben jetzt die Aufgabe, den Brief von Francisco zu seiner Mutter zu bringen. Und das machen wir jetzt einfach.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, Professor. Any news of my son?
I do.
I was admitted into the prison and talked to your son. He asked me to tell you that he is all right, don't worry. He sent this letter to you. You know, I would like to help.
You believe in Francisco's innocence, don't you?
Yes, without a doubt. I'll do everything I can to have him released. You know, as it turns out, he is the reason I've travelled thousands of miles to the city of Toledo.
My son?
It is a long story, but I promise I will tell you later. Please read the letter.
Francisco asks me to allow you to take a look around our home. Naturally. Please, make yourself at home. If you are interested in my son's room, you will find it upstairs.
Thank you, Mrs. Candelas.
I will find it upstairs. Dann gehen wir mal hoch. Viele Bilder hängen rum.
The young Candelas's room doesn't disappoint me.
Dann gehen wir einfach mal weiter rein.
Really, a perfect place for someone who wants to watch the art dealer living opposite.
Spiegel. Den so platzieren, dass man ja.
Those photos again.
Okay, da finde ich ganz viele. Das Buch.
The yearly folk science.
Ja gut. Ein Horoskop. Okay. Ach so, jetzt. Also, wenn wir jetzt. Müsste ich jetzt nochmal gucken, welches Datum wir brauchen. Also jetzt 1848, dann müsste ich hier nach der 48 gucken. 1848. Dann März wäre die 3. Steht bei Dienstag. Ah, nee. Dann muss ich auf die plus die 15, das sind 18. 18 steht bei Mittwoch. Ah, jetzt. Okay. Und hier geht's weiter. Okay. Muss ich bloß noch das richtige Datum. So, jetzt habe ich ein Dreirad, ein den Spiegel mit dem, ne, hätte ja sein können. Also ich habe jetzt so ein paar Informationen, aber so viel hat es mir jetzt nicht gebracht. Da könnten wir mit Carmen sprechen, dass wir mit Francisco uns unterhalten. Nicht zur Polizei. Falsch. Wo ist denn Reorius?
I'd better not disturb young Francisco now.
Ah, sitzt noch da.
Miss, you have put your trust in me, so I think you will understand my request. Just for a short time, I would like you to lend me that valuable medallion your father left to you, and which we found in the music box just now. I promise I will take good care of it, and assume responsibility for it.
There's no need to apologize, Professor. I believe you are my guardian angel, helper, who will save me from this hopeless situation. The medallion is at your disposal.
Thank you, miss. You know, I have a plan. I will leave you, miss, to yourself again for a short time.
Professor, I wanted to tell you that Reverend Gabriel Perez passed by not so long ago and asked if it was true that the foreign visitor with whom he traveled in the same car is staying in this house. He asked me to tell you he would like to see you sometime to talk. He feels he behaved rather rudely, as he never talked to you, Professor, during the long journey.
This invitation is kind of the Reverend. Yes, I think I will visit him soon. I assume I can find him in the church by the small square.
Yes, you'll find the church at the Plaza San Pedro, not far from the police building. Father Perez will probably wait for you there. The sergeant? I don't know much about him. He's a soldier type. He could really get married. Maybe it would spare me from his rather pushy compliments he gives me when we meet in the street now and then. I know who he is, but I couldn't say I know him. It's interesting you mention him. Maybe I've never exchanged a single word with him, but I've always considered him an enemy. It must be because he never had a good relationship with the Candelas family, but I've never asked Francisco about the reason for this.
Okay. Ich würde jetzt mit dem, wenn ich das Medaillon geholt habe, das würde ich gerne dem Arriaga mal zeigen.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hand. Happy to see you again.
Good afternoon, Mr. Arriaga. As I have mentioned, I don't carry a large amount of money when I travel. However, your offer made me think, Mr. Arriaga. I thought I would happily offer you a masterpiece that I was keeping for Don Diego as the basis in exchange, if you can really show me some rarity. Well, I brought it for you. Please take a look.
Oh, Mr. Hand, but this is beautiful. No doubt it comes from England and is of considerable value. This is hard for me, but I think there are a few things that I can offer in exchange. Gaspar! Come immediately and take care of the shop while I am away. Please, follow me, Mr. Hand.
The door is locked. Obviously, Mr. Arriaga can't have left here.
Da ist auch nicht rein. Ah, hier gibt's Bilder. Das finde ich witzig, dass in jedem Haus irgendwelche Türen da hinten komme ich ja jetzt nicht so einfach wieder rein. Also ich denke, ich muss hier rein.
Do take a look around, Mr. Hand. You don't see such wonders every day, even in fabulous London.
Nice little collection.
Excellent work. Take a closer look. Beautiful, isn't it? It comes from a nobleman from Barcelona, from his estate. A rarity. Came straight from Italy the last month. This is an original sword of Toledo, Mr. Hand. One of the masterpieces of the late Juan Candelas.
So.
Of course, it must be a valuable sword, but its value is somewhat influenced by the fact that this must be the one that used to hang in Alonso Garcia de la Rica's palace until recently.
Wo ist jetzt der Fehler im Wappen? Das kommt immer die gleiche Ansicht.
Please don't, Mr. Hand. Don't draw the blinds under any circumstance. You know, it is dangerous if the neighbors find out that I have heaped such treasures here.
A very impressive collection indeed, Mr. Arriaga. It would be difficult to choose. I am especially troubled by the fact that I can only see your objects in such darkness.
Please understand me, sir. But neighbors are a big danger for someone like me. You know, they can't wait to smear my reputation with something. But they might also tell thieves this room hides treasures. You can trust me. Everything is original and faultless here.
All I have seen is really impressive, but allow me to think on the matter.
As you prefer, Mr. Hand. The door is always open for you. Even the door of this room.
Okay. Wahrscheinlich kann ich immer noch nicht zum... Nee.
So, here is the silent fellow passenger from the mail coach. Praised be our Lord.
Forever, amen. I am happy you've come, Professor.
It was impossible to resist such a kind invitation, Father.
Don't tell me. I felt so guilty for being so cold and unfriendly during our journey. We didn't say a word to each other, Professor.
I must tell you, I was a little surprised, Father, but everyone has difficult times. With your permission, that is how I explained your behavior.
Unfortunately, you're correct, sir. I was very disturbed during the journey. You see, a very good friend of mine is lying very ill at the Santa Clara Hospital in Madrid. I was visiting him in the previous days. More precisely, I only wanted to visit, but the doctors didn't let me near him. What can I say? It wasn't easy for me to head back home without seeing him. But you know my duties.
Very unfortunate, Father. And you haven't heard any news from your friends since?
I have. Thank our merciful Lord. I couldn't restrain myself for long. An hour ago, I went over to the police station to make a phone call, and I managed to talk to Fernando's doctor. He's feeling better after the operation, and soon he can get up. Sergeant Reollos told me that you visited him and that you are staying at Miss Diaz Palencia's house for a few days. I didn't want to miss the opportunity.
Ah, I understand everything. Well, I am glad that things turned out this way. If you allow me, I would like to ask you a few questions, Father Perez.
I am listening, Professor.
Please forgive me for being so uninformed, but would you do me a favor and tell me how you determine on which day Easter falls each year?
Well, I can tell you exactly. After the synod held in 325 AD, Easter is the first Sunday after the first full moon following the spring equinox. This is sometime in March and 15 April every year.
22. März und 15. April. Das brauche ich, glaube ich, zum das Datum bestimmen.
I've heard about that unfortunate case. I said to Sergeant Riollos that it is surprising to me that the young Candelas would stoop so low. But Mr. Alonso Garcia de la Rica's word is so convincing that we can only expect a fair judgment from the Madrid authorities and our highest lord. Quiet, kind person, although there is always some sadness in those beautiful eyes of hers. He was an interesting man, may he rest in peace. It was my conviction for years that he denied the Lord, or he followed another religion. But before his death, he wished to confess, and we had numerous conversations. He was interested in biblical themes. I gave him the extreme unction. The older Candelas was an excellent craftsman, may he rest in peace. He helped us a lot when the church was renovated. He worked for free for months, and he undertook the maintenance free of charge as well. I will remain indebted for him for my entire lifetime.
Hey, what
By all calculations, she should be credited with the fact that Carmen and the young Francisco became God-fearing and pious believers as adults. Neither of their fathers was very devout, but there hasn't been a single Sunday when Isabel Candelas hasn't appeared in church. I haven't spoken with him much in the past years. Even though he's originally from France, he speaks the language very well, and I often see him in church. A quiet, reserved man. A strange child. Let's not waste more words on him, Professor. You know, he's the head of the police station. He knows everyone, and the information runs through his hands. We are from two different worlds, he and I, but maybe it's only due to our proximity that we speak much. You know, Riollos keeps me connected to the outside world, since around here one can only find a phone at the police station or in La Taberna Inn at the Plaza de la Mancha. But naturally, I don't like going to pubs.
Mr. Garcia de la Rica doesn't even have a phone?
No, certainly not. I ran into him at the police station last month. He was making a phone call. I know his shop, but I couldn't say I know him himself. I see him rarely. He's cold, but an honest man. He regularly attends Mass together with his son. His poor wife cannot accompany them any longer, but the three of them always used to come together. The loss of Alma Garcia de la Rica really wore Mr. Garcia de la Rica down. Around that time, prayer really helped him a lot.
Okay.
Interesting luck, isn't it? We don't know its secret, unfortunately.
Das ist die geheime Tür, wo die ganzen Sachen gefunden haben. Gut. Können wir nochmal zu Candelas gehen und wir haben eine Kamera, wir haben eigentlich direkt einen Blick auf das Zimmer. Vielleicht kann man da irgendwas...
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, Professor. Any news of my son?
No news yet, Madam Candelas, but as soon as I find something out, I'll tell you. I promise.
Thank you, Professor.
Das sind sogar...
That's it. Just you wait, scoundrel. I have prepared something. Although I still need some ingredients.
Die Landscape drauf.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, noch was anderes drauf. Das können wir dann noch. Ich habe gedacht, ich habe das. Vielleicht die Angel nehmen und da
Well, this has not been so simple.
was mache ich jetzt damit? Kann ich damit was anfangen? Nee. Was ist das? Empty Copy Frame. Das habe ich hier sogar in meinem Inventar. Das wäre noch was, aber... Was kann ich da?
Perfect. It fits right here.
Dann habe ich nochmal ein Ende vom...
No, not yet.
Mit der Kamera noch irgendwas machen.
I won't have enough light for the photograph.
Nicht genug. Moment. Der Spiegel steht doch bestimmt auch wieder hier. Wo war denn der Spiegel? Da habe ich den. Wo war denn der Spiegel? Da, in der Ecke. Den hier irgendwo platzieren. Oder da oben irgendwo. Oh, okay. Welches muss rein? Weiß ich nicht. Das sieht gut aus. Ach, jetzt geht's.
Yes, it works now.
Okay. So, Landscape ist drauf. Dann kann ich das reintun.
This is it. Let me not forget. When I have set everything, I must pull out the protection cover of the photographic plate so that the light can reach the glass negative upon exposure.
Was mache ich damit? Das. Ah. So.
The photographic trap is ready.
Oh.
Let's find the game that falls into it.
Okay. Also ist vorbereitet. Jetzt scheine ich hier nichts mehr machen zu können. Dann muss ich doch vielleicht das Ganze drüben machen bei Ariaga.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ariaga.
Mr. Hand, is something wrong, perhaps? You said in the evening.
really, but I have been extensively thinking over the matter.
Have you changed your mind, perhaps, sir?
No, not at all, Mr. Arriaga, but you know I am a cautious man. I would like to see the sword.
Well, there is no reason why you shouldn't, Mr. Hand. Gaspar!
Jetzt ist da schön durch den Vorhang geglitscht. Ich weiß nicht, ob das vorher auch schon ist. So, wie überzeuge ich ihn jetzt?
Please, Mr. Arriaga, this time allow me to have a look at the sword in the light.
But, Mr. Hand, you know, the neighbors.
Well, in that case, this purchase is not so important to me, although I have been considering not giving this sword to Don Diego, but instead taking it home to England, so that he would envy me when he visits me in my castle.
All right. But please, Mr. Hand, pull up the blinds only for a few moments so no one notices.
I will be absolutely satisfied with a few seconds.
Ha. Jetzt sollte ich bloß nicht im Weg stehen. Schön. Ich habe eigentlich das Bild nicht wirklich angeguckt, das Schwert.
Well, have you looked it over thoroughly, Mr. Hand?
Oh, of course. I was trying to record all the details exactly.
And have you decided?
Of course. I know a much better place for this sword, so to say.
In your castle or Don Diego's?
Let's say so. I'll come by again, Mr. Arriaga. See you later.
I'll be expecting you. This way, please.
So, jetzt will ich das. Jetzt kann ich auch gar nicht mehr hin. Was blöd ist, weil da ja die.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, Professor.
Nicht jedes
Any news
Mal.
of my son?
No news yet, Madam
Nein.
Candelas, but as soon as I find something out, I'll tell you. I promise.
Thank you, Professor.
That's it. The evidence is hiding here in this little box. And it is so sensitive that it will come forward only in the dark and by certain magic formulas. The photo cassette may only be opened in complete darkness, since the negative can be destroyed by light.
Okay, dann sind wir hier fertig. Das muss ich jetzt noch entwickeln, dann muss ich noch gucken, muss ich da die Anleitung auch nochmal mir genauer angucken, und aber das machen wir dann beim nächsten Mal. Ich sage tschüss für heute, bis dann, euer Videospieler. Und damit sind wir am Ende dieses Videos angelangt. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, ich habe noch jede Menge mehr Videos in meinem Kanal. Schaut rein, abonniert, unterstützt mich finanziell auf Patreon, würde mich freuen. Tschüss und vielen Dank.